Many myths surround Pope Francis, shaping how people see him. But how many of them are actually true? Today, we're counting down the top 7 myths about Pope Francis and debunking them one by one. Number 7. Pope Francis is the first non-European pope. Not quite. While Pope Francis is the first pope from the Americas, he is not the first non-European. Many early popes came from North Africa and the Middle East. Pope Victor I was from Roman North Africa, and Pope Gregory III was from Syria. So while Pope Francis is a historic choice, he isn't the first to break the European tradition. Number 6. Pope Francis is changing Catholic doctrine. This is a common misunderstanding. Pope Francis has emphasized mercy, inclusion, and reform, but he has not changed the core doctrines of the Catholic Church. He speaks out on modern issues, but the Church's teachings on topics like marriage and the priesthood remain the same. His leadership is about approach, not rewriting theology. Number 5. Pope Francis supports same-sex marriage. Not exactly. Pope Francis has expressed support for civil unions, ensuring legal rights for same-sex couples, but he has not endorsed same-sex marriage within the Church. The Catholic doctrine still defines marriage as between a man and a woman. His stance is about legal protections, not religious ceremonies. Number 4. Pope Francis denies the existence of hell. This myth spread after a journalist claimed that Pope Francis said unrepentant souls simply disappear rather than go to hell. However, the Vatican quickly clarified that the Pope's words were misrepresented. Pope Francis has repeatedly affirmed the Church's traditional teaching on heaven and hell. Number 3. Pope Francis is a socialist or communist. This claim arises because Pope Francis often speaks about poverty, inequality, and corporate greed. But his views align with Catholic social teaching, which promotes fairness and dignity, not socialism or communism. He supports ethical capitalism, but warns against unchecked greed. His focus is compassion, not political ideology. Number 2. Pope Francis is the first Jesuit pope. Believe it or not, this one is true. Pope Francis is the first Jesuit to ever be elected pope. The Jesuits, or the Society of Jesus, are known for their deep intellectual tradition, missionary work, and commitment to education. His Jesuit background shapes much of his leadership style and priorities. Number 1. Pope Francis is retiring soon. This rumor has circulated for years, but Pope Francis has repeatedly said he has no immediate plans to retire. While he has acknowledged that he might step down if his health declines, just as Pope Benedict XVI did, he continues to lead the Church with no set resignation date. Myths can shape public perception, but the truth is often more nuanced. Which of these myths surprised you the most? Let us know in the comments. Thanks for watching.